Tzali v'roini, yomo v'sheves tziyoni. Tzali v'roini, yomo v'sheves tziyoni. Ay ki don beki girbe, kedoi shisrove. Ay ki don beki girbe, kedoi shisrove. Ay tzama valivor, voini, yomo v'sheves tziyoni.
So, there's a very old story about an Haaretz who made a Seder on the Pesach night. And he made Kiddush, he ate Karpas, he broke the matzah, he said Manishtana. But basically, at the end of the Seder, he skipped everything. He drank the third cup of wine, the fourth cup of wine, and he basically didn't say Hallel, didn't say Nishmat, and didn't say Lashana Haba B'Yerushalayim. His wife, holding up the Maxwell House Haggadah, says, "Hey, you're skipping everything." He looks at his wife and he says, "You don't understand, an ignoramus wrote this Haggadah. He probably thought that Pesach can fall out on Rosh Chodesh, and therefore he put in Hallel. And then he thought that Pesach can fall out on Shabbos, so he put in Nishmat. And then he thought that Pesach can fall out on Yom Kippur, so he put in Lashana Haba B'Yerushalayim, like we sing at the end of Ne'ilah. He was an Haaretz, he didn't know what he's doing. I know what I'm doing." I hate to say it, but I get that feeling every year on Yom Haatzmaut. It seems to me that the night tefillah and the day tefillah is trying to bring everything of the year together into one night. There's a little bit of Kabbalah Shabbos, there's a little bit of Ne'ilah, there's a little bit of other things, and it seems like one big chulent. And within this chulent, we do something we never do, and that is we read a Haftorah on the day of Yom Haatzmaut, which I really and truly don't understand. We only read Haftorahs on two occasions, Shabbos Yom Tov on the one hand, and fast days. And thus, it's read without a bracha. So I always say, if we're supposed to read it, let's say a bracha. And if we're not supposed to read it, why read it at all? But that Haftorah that was chosen for Yom Haatzmaut, which happens to be the Haftorah for the 8th day of Pesach outside of Israel, couldn't have been more appropriate. Talking about that one day in the future, someone's going to stand and see the land of Israel flourish again, which is exactly the miracle we're going to be celebrating this week. So I don't think that we should skip over this Haftorah, but I think we should make one little change. It should not be read on a weekday of Yom Haatzmaut. It should be read on the Shabbos prior to Yom Haatzmaut every year in preparation of it. Now you may say, "Rabbi, that's too innovative. How can we cancel the Parsha's Haftorah, this week Parshat Shmini, for this Haftorah?" The answer is, I'm not changing anything. This actually is going back. The original minhag brought none other than by our holy Ramah, Rav Moshe Isserlish in the Shulchan Aruch, which we generally always follow in our shul and of course in Israel in general. And I'll explain. The Ramah says that there's special haftorahs during the year. We know many of them for the 4 parshas, the 3 haftorahs before Tisha B'Av and the 7 afterwards, in which you don't read a haftorah min haparasha. You don't read the haftorah that has to do with the parsha of the week, but rather with the occasion of the year. To the extent that the Ramah says, "Nohagin lahaftir bechatuna sosasis," at an afruf, a personal simcha, you throw away the haftorah of the week, unless it's one of these special haftorahs, and you ultimately read sos asis. ואין דוחים בפניה שום הפטרה נזכרת כאן ולא שדרת פרשיות ולא של ראש חודש ולא של מחר חודש או חנוכה או שירה. It does not negate any of the special haftorahs of the year. אבל שאר haftarot דוחים מפניה. But the rest of the haftorahs we push aside for a personal simcha of an afruf. So I asked you, my dear friends, if for a personal simcha of an afruf we throw away the Haftorah of Shmini to read Sos Asis, all the more so for a national and international simcha of Yom Haatzmaut, I think it would be appropriate and suitable that the Shabbos prior to Yom Haatzmaut in every shul we would read Od Hayom Ben Ov La'amod, that Haftorah picked and chosen for Yom Haatzmaut. I don't think a Haftorah has a place on a weekday, but it definitely has a place on a Shabbos. And I believe that Haftorah has its very distinguished place on the Shabbos prior to Yom Haatzmaut. So this is very short notice. I'm not sure our shul is even ready for it, but I believe that it's not a change. It's going back to the original minhag. We, thank God, don't have a personal simcha only. We have a national simcha. We have a national simcha in biblical proportions that we're going to celebrate this week. And I believe in preparation for which, just like we read a special Haftorah of Shabbos HaGadol in preparation for Pesach that week, and just like we read Machar Chodesh in preparation for Rosh Chodesh the next day, we can read Od Hayom Ben Ov La'amod in preparation for Yom Haatzmaut, as we would read Sos Hasis in preparation for an Afruf. Whichever way we come down on this issue, I hope and pray that all the beautiful words of that Haftorah continue to come true in our lifetime. And Be'ezrat Hashem, Yom Haatzmaut should be a day not only symbolizing the Atchalta, the Geulah, the beginning of redemption, but Be'ezrat Hashem, with God's help, the help of our security forces, and the help of our leaders, the Geulah Shlema b'Yehudim.
Yo,